First plugin of 2017. Let's go! The Automatic Updater plugin. A plugin lets you automatically update your games through the internet and when people play it and stuff. Yeah! First, install the plugin. Next, go into your game folder, go into the images folder, create a some random dude folder if you don't already have one, create the auto-update folder, then within there, place a background image just like this. I'll have this sample background image linked in the description so you can just use that if you wish. Now, the final thing to do is actually set up your master text file and input URL right here. Now, I'm going to have to explain a bit, so just sit tight with me. The way this works is that it's going to be downloading files from the internet. All these files need to be direct downloads. So the best thing you want to do is actually set up your own server and have those files hosted on your own server. However, that costs money, but there are a few free options. So in this video, I'll be going over the free options you can use and actually using them for examples. A good free place for hosting text files would be GitHub. Simply create an account, go to this plus sign up here and create a new repository, then go and name it something like Updater for project, like that. It has to be public, and make sure you initialize with a readme just to make things simpler. Then hit create repository. I hope that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, we'll just click create a new file, and we'll create a brand new file. We'll call this file master, and we'll just do master.txt as a file name, just like that. For the time being, we'll leave it blank, and we'll commit new file, just like that. Finally, click on master.txt, click on raw, and then copy the URL. This will be a direct link to the text file on the page. Then within the parameters of the automatic updater, simply paste the URL just like this. Then finally, run the project and hope that nothing crashes. If nothing crashes, that means it's working. Yeah, there we go. So once you see that happening, you should see your initial version right here in the bottom right-hand corner, version 1.00. This will be the initial version your game starts at, so if you want to change it, put it right here. Keep in mind that you can't really change this, so be sure it's at the same exact point you want it to be when initialized. Furthermore, you can also set up all the options for drawing the version on the title screen. You can set it whether it's going to be drawn, the version format, so for example, V, and then the actual version text, the XY position, font, color, size, outline size, you get it. It's just a bunch of basic stuff. But now comes the important part, actually creating an update for your game. Let's get straight into that. In order to actually set up an update for your game, you simply gotta edit the master text file. So we'll go to the master text file, hit edit, and we'll see how this goes. Within the master text file, use the following note tag, version, then input a colon, then the version number. Make sure its version number is greater than the initial version of your game. So we'll make it 1.01 like that, then we'll close it off. Then underneath it, we'll do end of version, just to close off the entire section, just like that. Then within these two note tags, we'll input all the information for our new version. Now, the way updates work is that they essentially just download new files, and that's pretty much it. So you can download new files and overwrite the old files, or just download completely new files. Let's do a quick example. Now, like I said before, these files need to be direct downloads. So things such as Dropbox, Mediafire won't work. You have to make sure they're directly downloading from the actual host server itself. Now, an example to test this out is a WordPress. Essentially, it's a zip file that is directly downloaded from the site. So if right click on it and hit copy link location on wordpress.org, you'll see we'll get a file location looking like this, with an actual wordpress.org/latest zip, a direct download to a file. Let's use this to test things out. So in order to actually add a new file to your game in an update, on a blank new line, use the following format. First, location. So for example, /data/ to place it in the data folder. Next, when you're in the folder you wish for it to be, input its file name and extension. So for this example, we'll do test.zip. Just like that. This means this file will be saved into the data folder as test.zip. And yes, it's extremely important that you add the extension to the end. So if you're downloading an image file, make sure it has .png at the end. Or if you're downloading a data file, make sure it has .json at the end. Or if you're downloading something like, I don't know, a plugin file, make sure it has .js. Or an image or audio file, make sure it has .ogg. Anyway, input a space after that, then input the actual URL to download this file. So as you can see right here, location plus file name, then the actual URL to download that file. Make sure there's a space in between. And this entire line will be put together to make one download of this file into right here. Yeah, so let's actually go and commit changes just like that. Now if we go to our raw right here, we can check to make sure, yep, this file is online and ready to go. So yeah, let's see what happens when we run our game just like this. as you can see, instead of going to the title screen, it'll go to our updater page right here and say downloading version 1.01. And it's going to just update, and it's going to keep updating until all the files are downloaded. Once they're done downloading, it'll go straight to the title screen, and it'll now say version 1.01 just like that. Now here's the cool thing. If we go to our game folder like this, and go to our data folder like this, we'll find, here it is, the test.zip. Its entire thing, 8.3 megabytes right here, and if we extract it like this, so extracting our test file, you'll notice that's gonna have all the WordPress stuff inside of it, just as we intended it to do and stuff. So yeah, it works. It's great. It's awesome. Yeah, now let's actually get into what you would use this for in some examples. To start testing, let's actually export the current project right now. So we'll go to File, Deployment, and we'll just export it with excluding unused files, and we'll put it in some random location. And for the time being, we won't encrypt it. But later, we can encrypt it, and I'll show you how to do that also. Anyway, let's hit OK and export our game just like this. So as you can see right here, I've exported our project like this, and I've even made sure to copy the some random dude folder into the exported images folder just like this. Now let's actually edit the original project and make some changes to the new exported game, which is still at version 1.00. To start, let's actually change up this map on the original project. So we'll add some events, like an event right here. So we'll do something like, I don't know, we'll make it so it's actor 1. We'll input this guy, and he'll just say like, hello, the game has been updated, just like that, and we will be done and ready to go with that guy just chilling out right there. Let's also add something else. Within the pictures folder for our project, let's add a brand new picture. So we'll go right here and we'll input a picture like that. Now within our NPC event thingy, let's actually show that picture on screen. We'll just do show picture, image, the subscribe button, up, left, done, cool, whatever. Now it's gonna show a picture just like that. So now when we run the project and we talk to the guy, he'll just do this. He'll say, yeah, hello, the game's been updated, and it'll show the picture just like that. Now going back to our exported game, let's play the game.exe on our exported game. As you can see right here, in our exported game, you're actually gonna find the NPC is not there. And that's because this is before we actually added all that stuff to the project. So let's make it so we actually add all of this new stuff to our exported game through an update. To do so, let's first find all of the changed files. We changed 2 files primarily. We changed a data file for this map because we added an event, and we also added a new picture file to the pictures folder. So for this map, we're going to know that's map ID number 2, as you can see right here in the top left corner, which means in our data folders, we'll find map002.json, and we'll make it so this is updated in the exported project. To do so, let's go back to WordPress. We'll go back to our original spot right here for like our main files and whatever, and we'll just drag the map.02json into here and upload it to our actual Dropbox. Commit changes, and then our updated map.002 file will be found right there just like that. Now we also got to upload our picture from our pictures folder just like this. To do so, we'll use Imgur. Once again, this is a free place to host images, but it does have its downsides. Like you can't reference a file once you've uploaded it again. You can't really edit it or do anything to it. So it's not really the greatest place. As usual, using the actual server is probably the best. But anyway, just simply upload a file like that. Right click on the image, hit view image like that. Take the URL, it should be a direct image URL thingy, and then go back to your actual master text file. Now let's take these 2 new files and add them to an update. So we'll do version, once again, colon 1.02 for this example, then we'll do end of version just like this. Within version 1.2, we'll make it so we can download both the subscribe button and the actual new data file. For the data file, we'll put it in the data folder like this, /data/ then map002.json, just as it was before. Back in GitHub, we'll go to our map002.json, hit raw, and get the URL right here. Then we'll paste this URL after a space like that. Then in the next line, we'll do the same thing, except we'll do /image /pictures like that, then / and the name of the actual picture. So see right here, subscribe button. So we'll copy that and we'll do it right here. So subscribe button .png, just like that. Then once again, a space, copy the URL for the direct download of the picture like that, then it puts URL just like that. Then it's going to do that, and we'll be good to go. So we'll commit changes just like that. Now, as you can see, when we actually run the update, it may have been really fast, but as you saw, it updated to version 1.02. It will reflect that in the actual thing down here, and when we hit new game and go into our new exported game, updated and whatever, we'll find our NPC right here, and when we talk to him, we'll find our new image right here, blasted big on the screen. Yeah, you should click it. It's a good idea. And essentially, that's how you update your games, pretty much, for the most part, whatever, yeah. as you can imagine, it's maybe a little bit of work to go through and find each individual actual file that you updated in a project, but it's important you do so because then it makes the updates quick, fast, and easy. I have like super fast internet, so it took like 5 seconds, but if someone has like slow internet, you definitely don't want them to have to update a new project every time you do an update, because they won't be able to play the game at all for the most part, and it's pretty bad. So yeah. Now for a couple questions you may want to ask. First thing, let's say you have multiple updates, like version 1.02, 1.03, and a whole ton of them listed down here. What you want to do is make sure they're all listed on this text file. That's because if you have like a brand new player who opens up the game, you want to make sure that game updates all of them. It will update all of them and do it in the order in which they are released. So first version 1.02, then 1.03, then 1.04, and onward until they have all the updates updated. Next question, do you want to delete any previous updates? The answer to that is no. Make sure you have all of your updates listed in your master text file. The only exception is if you make it so each succeeding version has all of the previous files downloaded and ready to go. Once again, that would make it so there's going to be a lot of stuff you gotta download. Probably not a good idea, but it is an option if you wish to do so. Third question, does this work on mobile or web exported games? The answer is no, it doesn't. It works only on Windows and Mac exported games. And the reason for this is because if you're using like a mobile game, you just usually update on like the iTunes Store or the Google Play Store. If you have a web game, you just literally update the files on the actual web page itself. With a Windows or Mac game, you actually can't go into someone's like computer and update it unless you're using this plugin. So yeah, that's a thing. Sorry if you're using mobile, but yeah. Okay. Fourth question, where's all the updated information stored? It's actually stored in a saved folder like this under updates and versions, some random dude files. Yeah, I named a file after myself. Anyway, the way it works is that all the updated information and the actual version information is saved in these files. Now something very, very, very important to keep in mind is when you do export a game, for example this exported game right here, be sure you delete the save file or at least delete these files right here, making it so that the player starts with a brand fresh new version if you wish it to be that way. Because if you add these files like this, that'll mean they'll start on like version 1.02 or whatever. So it's important that if you do update your project while testing it, be sure to delete the save files before exporting it or delete the save files after you export it. Yeah! Final question, what files can and can't you update? The answer is you can pretty much update any file you want. You can update audio files, image files, text files, JSON files, JavaScript files for the most part. You can even like make it so people download the latest version of Yon5's plugins into your project and stuff like that. It's that great. Now in this video, I've showed you free options for hosting like a text file, like, you know, GitHub for like hosting JSON or JS with just plain text files. And I'm also showing Imgur to host image files. But for things like audio files, which are a lot bigger, I'm afraid you're not really going to easily find a place to host those. Like I said before, your best option is to get your own server, host your files there, and then it'll be good to go. Or your second option is just make it so that make sure every single audio file you could ever use is in your original exported game, so I can just reference them later. Of course, you can't really do that, but yeah. One thing you could do, however, is make like an update that informs the player they need to download a new update. Simply make so the intro map has a guide that tells you, hey, a new update is available on this site. You should go download that. And you make that appear using the automatic updater. So it's a quick auto update to inform the player that there's a new real update to download elsewhere on a different web page. So yeah, that's essentially what this plugin does. I feel like I'm missing something, but oh well. Yeah. You may have trouble. Just ask me in the comments below if you have any trouble. I'll try and help. But ugh. Well, that's all for now. Until next time. So I came to the realization that I completely forgot to talk about the encryption thing, but it's not that hard. So when you first encrypt your project with your auto updater, make sure you make sure you write down the encryption key. Like, don't forget it. You need this thing. Because all you really gotta do is, next time you want to update a file, simply export the game again, use the same exact encryption key, and then take the encrypted files and have the actual exported games download those. Now, since you're using the same encryption key, when the games get those updated files, they'll still be able to unencrypt them and have no problem. So yeah, just consistently use the same encryption key. That's the key. That's all you gotta do. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right.